Like, I really like you, and I like you, not like, oh yeah, I like you too, or whatever you'd say, but I like you. Like, I want to kiss you like you. Bad timing.
Smitten.
Hell yeah. The whole team's smitten. Yes. 3 people smitten, 2 NPCs they're smitten with. Yes.
Is it getting hot in here? Put on your smitten mittens.
Could you answer a question for me?
Of course.
What makes you happier? Being the person they want you to be, or being the person who is beside me?
I think this is the closest to happy I've ever been.
Kick. Her opening move is always a kick.
Yeah. What weapon did I smuggle in? My gams.
She is going to get a string on you because as you remove that cloak from her, you see that there's not just one contextually appropriate armor bikini in this room right now. There's 2. Yeah, I think Opal is... She's going to take another string on you. So Opal is going to get 2 strings.
2 strings on me.
So as you, I think of it as like methodically, right?
Yep.
Manth is grab arm, put behind back, put invisibly tie her hand so it just looks like she's holding them there willingly because the cloth itself is invisible. No,
Manth used her own cloak. That's
that's right. Okay, so right. Manth used her own cloak, so she's wrapped in your colors. Okay, perfect. Yeah. And you have from her as you were like getting her wrestling into position, her scroll falls from like the clasp in her bikini, which falls to the ground, which your tail picks up. As you have also gained a string on her, so. I think the way that she responds to the string, I mean, the string that is binding her quite literally right now, as you were right next to her and you're saying like, I am your world. And she just whispers back like, you know, I look good in your colors.
Yeah, Manth is working through a lot of things with all of this.
So she is restrained and she is tied up in Manth's colors, and a scroll that was on her possession is no longer in her possession. As
one last thing, I know I'm making a real meal of this turn. You can say no. I'm wondering if I can take the destroying of the cloak as a action to clear the angry condition, which is break something important to you or to someone you care about.
Yeah, I mean, like, that makes sense to me. That it had the House Opal seal on it that you broke.
The one part of the wardrobe I chose and got approved from Katinka to wear.
Right.
Now I hate everything I'm wearing.
Well, you're the only one, I think, right now.
Yes. That's fair.
Okay. As you see that Opal is getting restrained, and, you know, those two are... One's flirting unintentionally. One is flirting very intentionally. Boy, this is we have 2 players. We have 2 characters who are just not good at the flirts.
Oh, no, Manth is very good at them. She just doesn't realize she's doing it.
Yeah, that's very true. That's an excellent point. Is there anything that Oriole would like to do?
Oh, I think Oriole was watching the whole thing that was going on with the Tinka. Through Gritty's eye.
Yeah. Oriole's not paying attention at all to the other.
I think Callan like pulls on Oriole and like, are you seeing this right now?
What is happening? Oh, that changed very quickly.
They're both commenting on the different scenes.
I think without like taking her eyes off the scene before her, Oriole's gonna reach out to Faber and just kind of like pat him and be like, are you still breathing?
He is the only person here who is not red or pink. He is blue.
Breathe, man, breathe. She'll just shake him.
Hey, real quick, I have a fan in my belt. Can you pull that out and just fan me for a sec?
Yeah, sure. She'll just like, I think it's like, it's surprisingly smooth how she like just reaches and grabs it, like dead, like undoes it with like a full click, thing, and then just starts fanning him.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, he says. As Opal is subdued. I know that Katinka wanted to say what was happening prior to walking out. So what happened, Katinka?
Oh, not that. It was this is a rules thing, but I had meant to make that an entice.
What are the advantages on a entice?
I basically I would get a string on them, possibly.
Yeah, sure. If you want to roll that, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's 11.
Ooh.
You gain a string on them and they choose one. Yeah, they absolutely promise something that they definitely think you want because you stated very clearly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you now have another string.
Well, I have a string on them. I never had one to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
A balancing of the dynamic.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, as the two of you are following
I think it's Groove and Gritty. Thank you.
as you're following Groove and Gritty, you see this scene before you. What would you like to do?
I think Katinka, like they come up the stairs, I suppose, into this, and I don't know why is Opal like being pressed against the wall right now? How is this working?
What would you like for this, Manth?
Yeah. Feel free for Katinka to paint a picture here.
Yeah, I just Manth has this woman pressed face first, and actually, no, I'm sorry, back into the wall, hands above her head.
It is
Bodies very, very close.
It is the full anime lean. Like she has her has her arm up like with
like the Cabadon. Yeah.
Just like staring like I'm your whole world, and it's just like very sexual.
While Spectacles is getting fanned by Oriole with Callum flanking him. We don't know where the third one is. I'm not even sure that matters at this point. And our bopping, grooving Griffin is just continuing to walk over back to Oriole to presumably perch on her shoulder.
Correct.
As hand in hand, Keith and Katinka like stand at the landing, and they're just like, I don't actually know what I expected.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think we did either.
So, Manth, what are we doing with Opal?
Milady, I'm so sorry.
No apologies.
She was
just
sabotaging the show. Your name was crossed out. You've been looking forward to this. I'm also holding her gripped hands, and it's kind of like, bumping them against the wall as I'm explaining stuff to Katinka.
You're jostling her.
okay.
Yeah, jostling. Ooh, that's a good word. Yeah.
Jostling her against the wall.
She's gonna like think about this, and Manth isn't making much sense right now, so she's gonna go.
Also, I don't even know if that's true. That's just what Manth is saying.
Captain, report.
My lady, I was guarding the hallway. I saw that gentleman skulking about. I suspected him of crossing your name off the list and replacing it with Rolando. Mid-questioning, this one, Jostle, showed up invisible, clearly up to no good. And so I have since restrained her.
If I may interject just slightly.
Of course. Go ahead.
Well, you see, and she's still fanning Faber. Just one hand out, fanning it. Well, you see, I did the thing, like when I learn things about people, right? The thing. Anyway, when I learned from him is that one, and she'll use the fan to point at Opal, and then go back to fanning him. That one there, she would like to be something more than she is, and she studied magic at, the school, and she turned invisible, and obviously she's been planning things and skulking about all invisible-like. So I believe that she is the person that, hired some people to do some things.
She had this on her, and I stretch my tail out towards Katinka with the scroll. This probably explains everything. Manth has no idea what's on this thing.
As Manth is doing that, Manth, you hear coming from Opal, hey, do me a favor real quick. Jostle me again.
I do. But it is not. It's more of a don't tell me what to do. Too late realizing, boy, that is a tough trap.
Exactly what she wanted.
Oh, shifty brats.
I think Katinka will take the scroll from Manth with a thank you. And as she unfurls it, will just honestly at this point, just reach into her bikini top and pull out Kush's sending stone. I'm just
Hey, Kush, can you hear me?
Yes, although this may not be the most opportune time for us to be chatting.
Right, back hallway when you get a minute, okay?
and clicks it off. What does the scroll say?
The scroll says, in order for us to both get what we want, first we must erase Katinka.
Manth breathes a silent sigh of relief. Glad it wasn't like a shopping list or something.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
I don't believe that you do, no.
Hey, Keith, you don't happen to know anybody named Coven around here, do you?
No, I don't think I do. I haven't heard that name before.
How fast can Gritty move?
I mean, at, a reasonable distance, speed. I haven't really raced him before. Gritty, how fast can you go, dear?
At the speed of narrative.
That sounds like Faye answer if I ever heard one.
Yeah. Faye point.
All right. So when you say that Opal wants to be more than what... I'm sorry, you know what? Opal, you're in the room.
Yes.
Why don't we have a discussion?
I jostle her. Answer her. Manth might be looking for excuses to jostle her.
I bet Manth is.
Man, Manth is discovering a lot this night, and I'm here for it. Total and entire.
I mean, last you and I had a discussion. Your big axe to grind was that I'm not better than you, just because of where I was born, which I've always agreed with. So, what's this then?
Hands over her head. There was an exchange to take place, one favor for the other. I know the Griffin games are coming. I've been able to become something of a rider myself. I wanted you out of the picture, not death, but I wanted you sidelined so that my house could, we could come back to where we belong. In exchange for that, I was to erase your name.
Erase my name from...
She looks at Keith. The competition.
Right. Thank you. Okay. Well, I'd just like to point out that things can get solved by conversations. Granted, I don't have the authority to put you into the Griffin Games, especially. Huh.
She's gonna like pause and like search like the laundry list of house nobles and like lineages that I'm sure she's had to memorize. Does she have any clue what house we're talking about?
Yeah, she would know that Opal comes from House Poised.
There was that incident of necromancy to contend with.
Rumors and conjecture.
All right, that's something to examine. And I'm willing to consider making introductions and perhaps having more conversations. It'll be a slow process, not this flashbang of a job that you were wanting to pull. But I think there's room for that if we know who you're working with.
I know them as Coven.
And you'll corroborate who they are when we find them?
She looks at you. She looks away. I don't think I would be able to beat you if you... She grits her teeth.
I'm not sure what you think you get by beating me anyway.
I reclaim honor for my house.
Yeah, honor, right.
Katinka just kind of shakes her head, looking a bit annoyed by the whole thing of that.
She's like, maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. But if it's training that you lack, we can talk about that too. Although it sounds like you've done a pretty good spot for yourself. Admittedly, I was always a bit more interested in your anti-monarchist, talk, but... Oh, Oriole, honey. Thank you. Would you mind sending Gritty to the local guard contingent? I think they're just that way.
Of course. Gritty, go on now. Just wave him off.
Should I have rolled I think maybe figure out a person, like while we're having this conversation, like watching Opal, if she's actually going along with this or if she's just knows that she's caught currently and telling me what I want to hear.
Absolutely.
So that's an 11.
It's a high success, low XP session. I love it.
Yeah. What are the two questions that you want to understand?
I want to know, I'm kind of trying just to intuit, how this is actually going versus, the way that we're talking.
It's one of the hardest parts of this game, to me, is trying to, mold the small list of questions into the infinite amount of questions I always have for all the NPCs at any given moment.
Right.
That's the hardest move in this game.
How do I get you to tell me the truth? I think despite her yelling at Faber earlier, you get the sense that she does have an amount of affection for this person who is also being held currently. You get the sense that she doesn't want any harm to come to Faber or for him to have any of the ill effects that she may suffer.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to wait on the guard to get here. You're going to go with them. We'll finish having your talks later. It won't be tomorrow because reasons, and frankly, I can forgive. Well, maybe I can forgive what happened, but you have to know what you did. Seriously dangerous things. If Manth weren't there, I would be dead.
I glare down at her. Stern eyes.
Do you jostle her too?
Whatever I may say about it, I can't guarantee what my mother will say about it. But I can do my best to make certain that if there are consequences, They're lighter, and they're only felt by you, rather than, and she'll kind of glance at Faber, anyone else who is involved. If you can give me more information, good information, to give to the Queen.
What qualifies as good information?
A description, Manth, what would you need to prosecute this person or to track them down?
Coven?
Yeah.
I think anything that she could tell us about Coven would be useful. We're supposed to meet Coven tonight. We don't even know what they look like. And if Coven is behind the assassination attempt, then anything that connects her directly to that would be necessary to prosecute her.
I would say that, or anything you might have heard from her that would suggest another person is involved.
As you say that, you can hear that the competition has begun. The first person is singing. You know that there are 4 more songbirds until the time with Coven begins. She thinks about it, she's like, Coven doesn't have a Medelig accent. I don't know where it's from. It's not from it's not from one of the life concern cities, but I don't have enough experience with the rest of the world to really know where it's from.
Were you aware that they brought a mercenary in?
What? No.
Since I didn't take a second question, could we say, like, as a part of that I'm just kind of trying to, like, I guess just, like, reading her face and trying to figure out if she's lying to me. If I feel like she's lying to me, I guess I should say.
No, she is not lying to you.
Oriel, what was the woman that you saw who was invisible? Was that Opal?
Mm-hmm.
No, in the stable.
Mm.
You said someone threw an illusion on the saddle.
Oh, no, yes, she had dark hair, green eyes, and she smelled like elderberries and wine.
What does Opal look like? I don't even know if that's...
Yeah, like, I don't know if that describes her or not, but...
No, Opal is fairly pale with purple hair, and she has opal-colored eyes.
Yeah, like, the exact thing that you would assume someone named Opal would look like. It's not a dig, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well named.
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful, frustrating gem.
Right, we'll gesture toward Oriel and say, still looking at Opal and be like,
Ring any bells?
The 2 times that I've seen her, or seen Coven, they are dressed head to toe in a red gown with a mask over them.
Are they tall or short?
As she looks up and down Manth, about as tall as the captain here.
wasn't Kush wearing red?
Which was wearing red.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Okay. That should probably give us enough to work on right now. And I'm sure the guard will have quite a few more questions that are more pertinent than I can give right now. Unless Manth, Oriel, Case, willing to take notes here.
yes, Captain. Do you have any questions for the lady?
No.
Are you certain?
No, I think that's good.
Well, unfortunately, I believe we've asked her all we can.
Yeah.
I'd have a question for you if you'd allow it.
Of course.
Ask your question. Watch yourself.
Any possibility that you could get Manth off of bodyguard duty and be a jailer for a little while?
I don't jostle, but I do squeeze her hands.
Ooh. I think Katinka like raises an eyebrow, but then there's just the ever so slightest like devilish smile on her lips. It's just like,
Mantha's eyes are wide and her head is like shaking no.
if she consents and wants to spend a little bit more time with you, I don't see why not.
We are a fan of consent.
The only time you'll be spending, little lady, is in a cell. You're going to learn some respect and some discipline.
All right. I think there's a back door that way. We should probably maybe take this around the front for when the guard get here. Keys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you. I know the contest.
I should really make an appearance, though it is my competition, after all. Well, glad that I got to see this, they say, looking at the entire scene before sauntering their way to the competition. As you...
I think right before they pulled away, I did give them a little peck on the back of their hand.
They go, I'll see you soon. They give you a wink as they saunter to the main stage. You can hear, as you are outside waiting, that songs 2, 3, and 4 have been performed as the guards get there. True to her word, Opal has not moved. She has remained compliant during this whole thing.
All right. I think.
So we're outside now?
Yeah,
outside waiting for the guard.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Doug.
Oh, I just said we're outside now, right? I was just clarifying location, or if we're
I think
in the club.
The idea was to step outside so that the guards
Gotcha.
can easily see us without them having to go into the club and disrupt the whole thing. And I
can stay here with Opal while you go in to do your song.
No, she's like, no. I'm at the end. We need to go. We were supposed to meet Coven, and I'm worried that I have screwed up tremendously with Kush. So, yeah.
This is the person we think tried to have you killed. I think missing a meeting with them is not a bad thing.
I mean, if we let them go, do they get away?
Not for long. We will find them, whoever they are.
And Kush never found us, right?
She has not made an appearance.
And I think as after the guard pick up Opal,
Be careful with this one. She's feisty.
she's gonna ask them to keep some guard keep a few people at the ready because they might have someone else to pick up here shortly.
Keep an eye out for a woman in. Was it a woman? I know. I can't remember.
A woman in red with a mask. Is that
with
what
a
you said?
mask? Yep.
And does that match what you saw?
No, because I didn't see anything. I just got the description from the Griffins.
No, not that. I thought when you got a vision thing from Faber.
Oh,
there was
it was
person with a mask.
Oh, was there? Because it was Opal and someone else, and I thought it was the third person, but maybe it was not the third person. Dang it!
Hold on, I thought I wrote.
There's green eyes, dark hair, and then there's red dress, mask. That may be two or one person.
Okay, they have a partner with a long black robe and a white mask.
Yeah, which would be the description that they have of Kevin, so that makes sense. So
sort of, it went from black to red, but I don't know.
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, let's arrest anyone wearing a mask tonight.
I don't think that's. I do think Katinka would have asked her to describe the mask if it's just a plain white mask or something.
Nope, just featureless and kind of unnerving, much like Michael Myers' mask is.
We, the players, are attempting to accurately convey the information we have received, but maybe forgotten a little bit, to the guards. Look out for these people.
I think finally Katinka is just like,
All right, one last shot, and we'll see what she says and make our plan from there.
Good plan. Yes.
And then she takes out the stone.
Is now a better time?
static.
When you spoke with her earlier, was it like, oh no, now's not a good time because I'm being stabbed to death? Or was it like, now's not a good time because I don't really give two shits about you? Or was it, now's not a good time because I'm in the middle of something very private?
I don't think it was the latter, because I think that was what was when I called her when we were back at the stables.
Mm-hmm. Great.
It was more, I can't talk in front of somebody right now.
Oh, okay.
So either we got her fucked up or she's fucking us. I don't know. One or the other.
Well, shit.
So I could be an idiot little princess and go in there and sing and just...
Well, I kind of feel like... Well, wasn't the whole point to get you off the contestant list? And now you're back on the contestant list. So wouldn't that theoretically drive out somebody who wanted you not to be contestant?
Sure, I just don't know what on earth that would accomplish.
Maybe they really, really want to win this contest.
I guess. I hate to ask. Can Gritty check that room?
Sure. Gritty can do whatever.
I just don't want to get him hurt.
Gritty will be fine.
Okay.
If anything happens to Gritty, Gritty goes poof, and then Gritty poofs back. Poof, poof, poof. It's fine.
Gritty defies the concepts of pain and death.
Yep. Gritty's a fae. So says I right now. This is all canon.
Let's go see what's happening with the contest, and Gritty can check that room, and we'll see what's up there.
I want to know if Opal's okay. Do you think they're not being too rough on her?
I think they're gonna be okay, man.
Truthfully, I think she kind of likes it rough.
Oh, I mean, there's that. Although maybe that was just because it was Manth.
Oh, that's very true. I think yes.
She kind of smelled like wax and ink. That's a. Do you know what I mean? Like encaustic. It's like a beeswax smell. It's really distinctive.
Say that I do, but I enjoy that you enjoy it.
It's a compelling smell.
I love this so much.
Man.
Yes.
Wait, come here. For just a moment. Come here, dear. Come here. Please. Come here for a moment.
Hello.
I think she's just gonna like grab Manth by the hand and literally draw her away from the other two. Be like, Manth. I need to ask you a question right now, okay? It's going to be an awkward question. You're going to probably like feel very like hot in your face, and
I promise you I won't.
I think you will. And then you'll like entire like body will react to be like, no, I can't answer this question, or I can't speak
I'm
about
the captain of the guard. I'm made of sterner stuff. There's no question that can rattle me.
Perfect. Okay, great. I love this for us right now. Because, okay, well, may I preface this by just telling you something very quickly. It's a little personal story, okay?
Okay.
So, as of up to... she's just gonna, like, look to the sky and kind of, like, the stars and the moon. Be like, maybe, like, half an hour ago... up to 30 minutes ago, when people talked about this certain thing, I thought they were like absolutely insane, right? Because I'm like, oh, that's just complete bollocks, isn't it? Like they're just mad about it. Anyway, so but I had never done it, and then I did it, and then I was like, oh, that was very, very nice, and now I get what they were talking about, and I'm kind of interested in it now, and I wonder if you
Oriole,
maybe
I've had alcohol before.
No, darling.
This is not my first time at a bar. I can't drink tonight because I'm on duty. I'm glad that you and Katinka have been able to avail yourselves of all the intoxicants the world has to offer.
Manth, darling.
The dealing is a
Manth,
cornucopia of drugs and booze. Yes,
Manth.
sorry.
Manth. And I think like Oriel's just gonna like grab Manth's face and like squish her cheeks together like Cabbage Patch it. And then she's just gonna be like, Manth, no. This is better than that.
Internally, Manth's super skeptical that there's something better than booze.
Okay, I'm just wondering if somewhere in the back of your brain, if you have wondered what would happen if you were to press your lips to Opal's lips.
Interesting. Manth backs away.
Because I feel like
Now you're just talking to Manth's tail. Interesting.
She's just yelling him because I feel like that's something that may be beneficial to you in the long run.
Hold on. I think I hear something in the hallway.
Those damn hall threats.
Hall threat. Hall threat.
As Manth is dealing with that hall threat, I think Oriel is able to see through Gritty's eyes. And when Gritty makes their way to that back room, she can see what looks like two strong legs dragging across the floor. They are green. She also sees an arm clothed in black as a figure in the back wearing all red distinctly looks at Gritty and starts to move towards them.
Oh, and I will have Gritty like pop out of existence and pop back on my shoulder. Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! Man, I have a room threat for you.
Captain with me! And we're going.
I love the idea that we're all just being led by
Manth is disengaging awkwardly to just like, I'm just gonna once again just get myself out of all of this. There's a door. It's a hallway. Gonna walk through the hallway, but then everyone else winds up running past her.
Yeah. And Katinka is shouting "Captain with me" specifically to try and just like get you to go into guard mode. Totally.
Yeah. Just snap me out of it.
As the three of you are hustling up the stairs, you can see that the singer currently on stage, number 4, who is wrapping up, they are clad in a beautiful yellow dress, and the entire room, which you had known as all full of colors, you know that Loud Bay and Job and Bay have done a multicolored sort of affair for the regular dancing. However, right now there is purple lilacs everywhere, contrasting perfectly and beautifully with the person in the resplendent banana yellow gown on stage. As you make your way up the stairs, you find an empty room.
What did Gritty see?
Well, I see through Gritty. So I saw legs, very long legs, that belong to a certain somebody that we know on the floor, and someone being dragged.
Opal?
No. The other leg, Kush with a scar.
Oh, yep.
I'm gonna pull
go
out
all the way up.
sending stone and just try to turn it on and speak into it and see if I can hear like the other end of it.
As you pull out the sending stone, you do hear like a weird feedback coming from a seemingly completely empty portion of the room. You can't see anything in particular, but you do hear it as if it's coming through a doorway, or making the sound is making its way through a door, even though there is no door there.
Interesting.
Stuff that back into my swim top and take my whip out. Like, okay, this is creepy, but
DM. Also, are there any mice around?
Place is crawling with mice.
May I please use wild friends and try to speak to the mice?
Здравствуйте.
Yeah. Use my Russian mice, yes. Yes. Wait, did you see tall people go somewhere in this direction that doesn't look like they're there anymore?
Da, two cloaked figures.
Cloaked, yes, cloaked. Cloaked is good. Which direction do they go?
He points to the sound that you had. They turned the air as if it was a doorknob and opened it.
Should we add that? Mechanically speaking, all mice in Anisino are Russian. For those playing along at home.
And also, Katinka and Manth are just watching you bend down and squeak at a mouse who squeaks back at you.
No, she just is like crouched there in like a little squat as Katinka does her thing.
honestly, not the weirdest thing that Oriel's done in front of me. I like
to think that she just starts squeaking and then like is like, oh, a little mouse, and then just bends down in like a perfect little like kind of like the little anime squat thing, you know?
Yeah.
Where she's just like there, she has like her arms around her knees. She's like, oh, hello, little friend. Yes, thank you. And then she'll point to Katinka and be like, yes, that way. Like still squeaking. And then go, oh, sorry, that way.
Katika's like, looks at Manth and she shrugs, and she's just gonna walk forward if Manth doesn't stop her and try to find the door with her hands, even though there doesn't appear to be one there. Just gonna feel up this wall.
You know what? Some of the wall got some action, or some more action.
Yeah. Direct action.
Yeah, you pulled out your whip, and then Mance was just tensing to see what happened next.
Strangely, as you were feeling up the wall or near the wall, your hand does stumble across what does feel like a knob.
There's no better way to put this, but you're feeling up a knob.
No.
I twist that knob.
As you turn that knob and push forward,
Thrust even.
You see what appears to be a feature that I don't know if you're incredibly familiar with, but you would perhaps know it from your history books or your geography books as the Crown, the largest peak in all of Onisino.
Wait, we're literally standing on the Crown now?
Where you are is what would be like the last village before trying to ascend the Crown.
So we're on
ground level. We're outside. We're outside. Oh, the door leads to the outside ground level. A village at ground level. In the distance, the Crown, the majesty of the Crown,
which is on a completely different island.
Yeah, that's why.
Than Medile.
Yeah. So what we're seeing, and to be clear, I opened the door. And sort of like opening a door to Narnia, on the other side is what would appear in the real world to be a little Mongolian village, like at the crest of a foothill leading toward the most massive mountain that you've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I think Katinka just like stops and stares and just gets hit by the extreme cold wafting in off this fucking place.
What is that? What is that?
I'm not sure.
That's her crown?
I think so. I've only ever seen like paintings.
Wait here. And I'm gonna go out to the hallway. Manth is going out the door, back out back. Like, is it just this door or is the whole thing moved? There's no context for opening a door and it leading to somewhere different. So is it the one door or did the whole place move?
No, it is just this invisible door that she has opened.
But I'm just saying, Manth doesn't know that. Manth isn't some sort of like arcane master. Manth is going to check the previous door that she walked in. Does that lead to the alley still? I need a grounding here.
Yeah, that still leads to the alley. You are in Media League.
Okay, so then I'm going to go back upstairs. The alley is still, we're still here. We're still in Media League. The door still leads to the alley.
Okay. Hang on. Oriel's just gonna stick her head through the door. And she's just gonna try and see. Let's see. What do I immediately out the door? Do I see plants? Do I see like dirt?
Yeah, you see plants, you see dirt, you see what looks like in the dirt, you do see what appears to be tracks, a body being dragged in the dirt.
Okay.
And Manth is going to panic, just move forward to put her hand on Oriel's shoulder. Like, what if this is a door that sucks you out without,
Okay,
you can't.
That's fair. Thank you. But I think she's being drugged that way. But hang on. Let's see here. Animals or plants? Plants or animals? She was. Oriel is gonna attempt to use Wild Friends and speak to the grass. And see if the grass can tell her which way they're going.
Yeah, I think the grass that you're speaking to is a little bit muffled because they've been trampled on today, rather recently. But they're like, it's mostly in the tracks. You see, I think they're going left.
Left. Okay. Thank you. We'll try to tread carefully. Thank you.
Appreciated.
Katinka's gonna look at this and, like, as you're having this conversation with Grass, her eyes are gonna go a little wide. I'll be right back, and then head down to, like, is there like an upper balcony area?
Yeah.
Okay, like head down to an upper balcony area and like try to get eyes on Keese.
Yeah, it appears that Keese is there listening. Yes.
Can I get their attention?
Absolutely. How are you trying to get their attention?
Like moving into their line of sight and like just like doing a little like hand, like waving both hands and like a like right in front of me in a tight gesture. Like there's something wrong.
They look up to you and you can see that they smile initially, but then are kind of baffled by this, and they mouth to you like, "You need me?"
I'll nod and like point to the back stairs and head that way.
Okay. As they excuse themselves with their retinue, still listening to the song, which is ending. We are now on the fifth singer. They ascend the stairs to see him. Like, hey, what's up?
Okay. There's a door to Hydra in the attic.
Well, weird.
Yeah, very weird. And the person who took my spot on the list is a singer from Hydra. I think there may have been two targets here.
As they start to think this over, is the door still open with Oriel and Manth, or have they closed the door?
I did not close the door.
I think Oriel's still just like looking, and then she's like, Gritty. And then she's just gonna send Gritty like off.
Well,
following
Gritty doesn't need to go very far because smoking back to the door is two figures clad in red and black.
There's two figures clad in black. Ooh, Manth.
Yes, sword drawn.
They're coming. Oh dear. What do we do? What do we do? You're the captain.
We do violence. This is what we do.
We do violence.
I will point out, I said that we brought a couple of guards with us when we ran in, so you have backup with you.
Yay!
I got a nature witch with me. I don't need that much backup.
Hello, and thank you for listening to this special presentation of What's Your Damage Long Shot, Thirsty Sword Lesbians Edition. Katinka Oftil was played by Ray Palmer, Oriole was played by Kate Ingram, and Captain Manth was played by Douglas Gale. The Gay Master was Elliot Rose. Audio engineering was done by Elliot Rose, including sound effects and music.
The show. You can find more of What's Your Damage on Apple Music and Spotify or on our website, wydpod.com. We've got maps, just gorgeous character art, and tons of lore for all news to know. There's also going to be a sign-up for our newsletter, which features content warnings for all episodes upon release, because we think that's super important. And for those of you that want to chat with us on social media, because you love us so much, you can find us at WYD Pod, and that's WYDPODD on Instagram and Threads, as well as a bunch of others listed on our website. In case you don't like those first two, you can find us elsewhere, because if there's a place to be, we're probably there already. So, please stop by, say hi. We would all genuinely love to hear from you.